product papa if America ni Europe na eba ye na uhia mankwala no den na wankasa uhia Vows Day you washishe niema ma say your fruit juice say ye dey o pay ye Nivea spray na na pay Dove ni bi papa ni bi spray pa me se mo lankasa emo oil enro o pay ye toffee o pay wine papa pa e honoma o pay product be na won san kai wo ye asida twin towers e kwame chroma circle here ya me from 0240 212510 and answer 0242346675. Now when you cycle sky money in come on or sign your delivery so ka home. Yeah, kono no. O sign ko 2 na waton. And the promotion no eguso ankasa. Eti en intermen akope bi to wo honom na bebo pa. Eniama ni gu ho. Esum ho. Enu ya no mukoyi niema. Enti wo ton niema wo timi say yes. Wo to coconut oil papa. Wo ni say wo to sardine papa. Eti anya the intermen and the promotion no ebesi February ya. Enti delivery no offer obey amount. Enti fresh 0240 2122510 and I face 0242 346675. Now when the cycles come on, ending come on. Everyone gonna be senua. Sasuna make a show say, "Oh sorry, no pay. We yamu in your fine. We yamu in your fine." Messi we yamu no and the boat defense amount. Best 5 on one the bomb out. It is there are too many discomforts. Ever honor toxins in the dorsum, stress in the dorsum, ulcer pains in the dorsum, heart bends in the dorsum, and I feel so fear. As a boss of fun, indigestion and how. That's how we won't be beer and fat. Food poisoning chill now. As our body the my be beer war. Me pachoa, my main come for a drawback and per mount. Maybe to fear me say any luxury a necessity. And one need dog activated charcoal powder. DOK. Dog activated charcoal powder. Ebebo pa. Na dog activated charcoal powder. Some men can't show say. And nema me bo singing no discomfort in no. Obebo me to me esane me bibia to me akoye. I didn't know. Top so reset your body now. O reset your yemwa. E dro shonko. Charcoal papa activated. They can say activated. Like I said, they are fun fidiem. And yet they are told Wanuma always started said, "You Bruno, Dabby, and Yabakunibia. Where your papa nibi, would you choose and I will sing your fita? Chaco dear, Yananu, you see you, a boy yepa, and in pain for say, no more dear brother, funny DOK, dog activated charcoal powder. Ekoye Jack, Ekoye Bruta, a patch of PBC, PBC office. What the Yamu Hawa. What the Hono Kakra, Nano, Ubet me a resapo, no one bonsione guso. Humberto, Meso de deny a coche. I saw that one down on the patch of Bobby after 30 minutes. Humberto, pa. Open the door to find a young coy at the pharmacy Kumase. Love life, I will pharmacy Kumase, pure live Kumase, Colina Kumase, Nana Watch Watama. Amen, Satakra, the Jobanet pharmacy Sunyane. Delight pharmacy Kufrodiana face with Dama pharmacy was shaman. And after the pharmacy shops, the beer what Okanshi drug lane beer one sabe can be. Doc activator charcoal powder. Ubenyomo away 0598 206885 0598 206885 and after 0206616620. One sabe can be and after the pharmacy beer ben will be a Okwa will say DOK Doc activated charcoal powder. Brand near good brutal. Yes, any ending common na fe head ye ko any dear benina meda wase Emma watching Emma wakwaba eba a Kessben 92.9 Kessben 92.9 on FM dial meda wase be Kessben Accra and I face no by Kessben TV mo hwe e wo DSTV meda wase on channel 364 and I face on Go TV no a channel 121 or Facebook a Kessben TV and also say Kessben 92.9 on Sabeka mo Facebook comment it, like na Facebook share page you know making kind be bia eso ama wo honom wo text messages na Facebook WhatsApp messages nyina so no wo de ba making kind ni nyina ama men hyase kra no me hu bo ba amisti go so wo de abebe pm capito go so men share also wo de na bana Facebook golden boy anas me hu mu de ni nyina wa making kind ni nyina teacher constitution good morning me hu text message no so e wa hanom ko mensa pillar 2 wo de no so aba I think it's really a long time ahead of Masawood Bantama Masawood so what menka me watching o bibia wo bia na fe no migiri yese bibia ekoye busua so ho eyeye pa ene ye be din komo empenfo ebetena se Godwin Mahama Ayaba or your corporate affairs officer Emato and afi so eye ora Jeffrey Okansi Gabute revenue mobilization Africa and then Cornelius Owusu Asare communication team member of the NPP ono so ebetena se na ye din komo ni ahwe de ekọ ene de ebenyina Mame Shasia de na me Shasia with this critical social issue was why say Kessben media and I feel so 92.9 and I feel so Kessben matching etu ye ho say eni ma bi say no ye be project na empanyinfo so e se fata say omo no mo hye na omo siesie na etumi koyie no ye no ye be ye na empanyinfo so atwa so ewo hodom we expose it na fe obia eso ehu se de ekonie na empanyinfo so akwa Mimi de twemu ya na ensuo kese bi etoye ewo eye Ashanti region etoye no so no amfa aye asempa amma eye denya Seman Catholic Senior High School ewo Ashanti region Bekwai to be precise municipality near Bekwai honom na eye arehosami esia esuku dan a esi honom a nkwada ekomu ekosua de nkakrakra no dan no adwiri ebubu asay na the lucky ni say na nkwala no woman na nkomo ko prep no empemfo hu ye no ena omu yi omu hwimi nim say ebi mu prayer dia but ma me nkwa homa no so na me ne eye senior house master eye Mr. Osei Opoku Danso endi enkomo ne embisa no say me de twam isu na eto ye na ebubu esuku dan no edien pa eni si ye akwara ni bi prayer anaso se den a empanyinfo so aba behwe omo maye so a edien ena ye afa ho kwada no kra no sisi amko school no wo hemfa sisi ame no kasei Mr. Say otemenka mo wache mo wakwa baba Kessben TV so na face Kessben 92.9 FM so migidi ese biwe bokode am say the line no akate but ye be friend back now. Okay, mami hesa mesaka ni bia. Mr. Say me watch mo akwa baba Kessben TV so na face Kessben 92.9 bibia bokode. I'm say ma biom like one no mun check ma me na fe yen friend but o share eye TV no sisi na fe so eye Facebook obehu eye school dan na make no Saturday na insuo toye na etumi adwiri ebubu ama eye sisi school ni hiamwa me no kasa sisi no denya Seman Catholic Senior High School I wo eye puano ben eye anwian kwanta ewo Bekwai hwe ebubu insuo no toye no me pese mi hu se students ni bi prayer ana so se obia so prayer de radiase se bi prayer so omo ho etesen sisi ame no kasei na face no empanyinfo ese fata se so omukọ na omukọ education service and face no eye municipality no edien pa na mwetimi aye aboa ama suku ya adwiri agui insuo no toye no and ebubu hwe dan no ebubu adwiregu ama nkwala no kra na starte pa eye mpanyinfo chow nkwala ni bi aye video kra e de asene yen pa chow se ebema eye sebi mpanyinfo ebetumi ababeboa na omotumi ama bibia etumi akoyie ewo honom me nkwa ahoma no sibe na me ne eye Mr. Osei Opoku Danso ye senior house master ema eye denya Seman Catholic Senior High School wo poano endi enkomo Bekwai municipality honom na fi yenhwe de ekọ oteme nka sisi ade mo wache mo akwaba eba Kessben TV so na fi so Kessben 92.9 bibia bokode
ye buru mera na me adom ahadie boko na nsonya boko sa
Matthias here pa Esan SMB share a Kessben TV CCA. I don't want more Facebook no so no share a Facebook Kessben TV ne Kessben 92.9. I will someone atomo a meme day train me boy and come meme day train we in so toy. Na in so toy so I then pan a buy intia a suku dan ya many chess CA ni nyina adwere gasa no.
Mira di kan kra ma menchia na menchia watifu nyina na no kwasem na no memenda itwemu ensu kase etoy ya mi se asante mantem ha de minim baabi ensu no anhye danto nanso so oba bekwai ene ne mpotem ho de a na chese ensu no ha dwene pa yi na titiriu ene Denyasmai Catholic Senior High School ya danya ewo ho school danya ewo ho a enkwala tina mu esua de ensuo no asesa dan ni nyina aye ne pasa na enya sem papa enya ni kasem o share already na nkasa school no lack a lot of infrastructure. In fact, the Osha school no said the city the year 2010 and government of Ghana absorbed school no a man no be a part of the government assisted senior high schools in Ghana.
Okay.
Now between 2010 absorbed between 2010 absorbi school no ebesi abreya ye kasei government intervention bia enkoso in terms of infrastructure.
I was school ho.
Oh yes, apart from one dormitory block via 2016 abainu ebesi ye uyi enu free ho no mo a there has not been any intervention by the government. Osha structures a school mu nyina classrooms enkwala etna musua dia a self-help project headmaster any school penifo omwankasa initiative etoda omokwa abonten kotre lala sulala we de cement ba ko ba we de anya triple bako bakakra sa ena structure sa ewu school mu nyina yatumi na enumpo no headmaster edi entusue bi mpo by anka 27th of this month ye fundraising nanka ye dia support to infrastructure ewu school mu ho eni said ye see ye no akwakosi a aye ohaw bebrebe ama school no share a BMUSUA school Nankata no. I thought that I can confidently tell you that teachers and make key contribution na yede apigadai ba kubi esi ama enfala abetinemu asiade na nkamia me teacher ni amebani wodi anka mefa ho ben nanso so ni nyina no eye modern mu a ye bo said ye beya enkwala no ebenya baabi atena asiade ama de kyenya de kyenya so atimi akoso na enano atide de ne de mebra a big setback emaye kamia ese ye koye nima no na bi da de bom na ya san akoye o hwe that particular building na e collapse Saturday na ayi school na ni baako.
Okay.
O hwe mu school na nkata edan a eye papa eye kama wo ho na adwiragu no.
Wow. Na si anyumre na se tamben.
Memfa ne se anyumre no beye no sunbre mu. In fact, na emframa na no den na yasen adum kanea. Enti na enya sem papa. Na fortunately for us, there was no casualty.
Okay.
And no na ebia ya dwene ho a na ya de akeke yere.
Yeah.
It's enka nyame amfati na enkwala ni bi ewo ho sabre no. Enanka ekoba ni se ya. Egidi sankene no anka ye enkomo foforo enanka ye.
It is
ya
okay. Say say amena o ka say nkwada no musua de we.
Yetia na ye kakra ene se ama ye ho ahenha ye kakra ene se esi memenda ne juada na enkwala no end of semester exam ase.
Okay.
Enti tisia de ye tro exams na eno no de ye ne se enam se ta classroom block no eni ho te se ni no ama pressure abeto the existing one so enti de ye ne se exams na ye tro no ye bu no tot enti we mu kwatna se etro wia na omo tro kakra na ya break omo na next batch so abetna se na omo so atro kakra na we mu akwatna bia ase atwen enti sa na ye exam
that you me bo mu tro kakra se e bia 20 minutes mo bo no tot into we tro 20 minutes na we so abetro 20 ana mu tro no 1 hour
ye tie ne se classrooms no enso ye enti ye hyehyɛ na yama bia se form 1 ene form 2 fo a na yama o makotena se na o matro enti o mutro wi a na ebia form 3 fo so aba betena se na o mo so aba betro na eno no enam se o mo tro a we mu enya baabi entinenti no the only place a yetimi accommodate o mo eye diase ebiase na ya quarantine omo ho na omo wi a ya petty check ama omo gina ho se de be ya omo enko questions no enliki ene de keka ho nti omo wi ya we mu pie no na we se mu so ewram apa control exams no nti for now there enhyehyɛ ya ye ye de contain situation no eno no
okay me babubo enema miensa kyereme omumu hwan a aba honom se school no de Denyaseman Catholic Senior High School, right?
You are right.
Okay. It's a Catholic school.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 municipal no aba home penyifo aba ho and afi so MP meka minim say if I'm right with the name lawyer Ralph Pukwo Dison any MP or wo area honom nipa miensen a mebobo ye Catholic na afi so municipality na afi so MP no ayin bia obi abetwam wo ho
you medase no kwasem ene se asem no esiye no memenda ne kwasiada anopa nadmu fo ba ho
okay
omo behwe eno efiri ho no mo a Catholic Church no and Obuase Diocese and so bishop asoma asofo amoma ba behwe situation no
okay
and enra so municipal director of education and a member of parliament ono so obekwai omo so eba school mu ho enra aba behwe assess situation no
wonderful
na de ye hwe animu ne se ye de chichi ere se ebi aboa no obepimi a eno konechi enti oma ba behwe de ebia minimuara ebia na bi pabi ebetimi afri akiraba eno na ye de chichi ere titi e.
Okay. Me de say institutions me answer me boy yina no o ma betwam wo ho no like you said no we are hoping say ombetem kan yi na omotimi aba with speed na omotimi aboa because I'm watching a video where nkwada ni bi epa mpanyimfo acho so momra entem na omotimi beboa na school no yentumi ensi ne back then I saw students so omotiti nnuase amode si omani ma chese honom na mo chiro ma de esisi a open air chese ahokra so no ewia bo a problem tend to crane ho na waka se bi ewia bi bo a nkwala na tumi ahyase yi omotidua na se pe ana omo esuade I don't know ana dex kra so ni ho de ne book me so obi ni book no de to ne lap so answer watumi atwro de sese otwro se teacher be kan bibi kra na watumi atwro de so otwro enya de se fata in this age ɛyɛ 2026 deɛ anka school deɛ yɛnim sɛ sei na ɛsɛ sɛ ɛba no nti no yɛbɛsrɛ mpanyinfoɔ municipal ne catholic foɔ ne ɛyɛ MP a mo betwe mo ho nyinaa no yɛbɛsrɛ mo paa na ɔmatumi aba but notwithstanding no mo fundraising na mpɛsɛ mo yɛ no ɛkɔsɛn mo bɛyɛ still.
Oh, no dear. We na esi no enhye da emu yabam. Bebre esan say development. Enti na ye sa fundraising no.
Okay.
Enti Nyankopon ya adom a ebeba so fundraising ebeba so 27th of this month.
Oh, okay.
Ya tuyensa afre empanifo ahodo bebrebe including the Minister for Education. You invite Ashanti Regional Minister. You invite Member of Parliament. You invite MC. And then Penfua who do P.
Okay.
Nanko Poya Domoa. Penfua si dio soon anyway. And any Ankran Numakua who do or more be a woman some old students. And the OPBI, Yefa Akwenya iso atonsa afremo. Including Kessben TV phone na mababa ya mwa yenim se mo fidie akwakire enti mo beboa ye na in terms of publicity no ma hwa boa ye na ne kura no mira minimwara etoda aya na ehame se o hwe Ghana Education Service for omo geographical map a omo wa minimwara any Ministry of Education. So be a sheda paper de Nyasman Catholic Senior High School near Pifu. Sadia Benyon.
Ade.
One want to see.
Ade.
Say be anko so be project be a ye be a inabi. Just say nothing.
Na Maakye MP money MP di hu komo.
Of course, say me lecturer headmaster actual akukoko Samia Yahudu Amibubusu ya Mira Adaje Beboye. And yes, sir, be at ye tososa and a more dear to be papa. Then so a camia for yes, a Mwabia and Shadamba. So we are appealing to the government, Ministry of Education, Ghana Education Service, say in this trying moment, dear, or Mumrana or Mo MA school no MWA. The same way. And I appeal to the Member of Parliament, MC, and all other relevant institutions and stakeholders. Say the school is in crisis. And uti omumaya yamwa na yeso yehu high kakra na yebrepa.
Okay. Sinas Master, yada se yedi anybody actually as and when enyema beko bia no near mighty for SWAT because we want to see school no ya sign edi esi ho back enti se na ye show ama wiase nyina ehun se ebubu adwiri no saa so na omusi wie a esese ye back na ye bema aye etiefo ne ahwefo nyina so hu se ampa school no ya sign esi ama ejina ne na so this time around so to a enya de how bebre na no ebebre eye school for no ene obi bia yada se passing Master bibia ni a maya sonte yebedi hu komo ye pa.
You Martina Mira and the crack no. Ye fundraising ye no, ye was short code be at and cram maku per se or moboa with your permission, can make it not a more debate me after so abba a bay at the pass. Short code no, a star 920 star 992 hash. Star 920 hash 992 hash.
Okay.
Enti ya betre ankwankwa ni nyumafu ahodo a omopese omobaye yemwa ankuyi hia bremo. Omobetimi e de emwa no afata short code ne so abeboaye.
All right. But I say, senior house master, ye ne Mr. Osei Opoku Danso or ye senior house master, ma Denyansemai Catholic Senior High School, and ye nyomo edi and komono efa a school ye last Saturday, and I feel so more here, and indeed I'm happy that MP Ora lawyer Raf Opoku do say what to me ayentem etwemu ewo honom, and I'm also happy. Say municipal education so much me atwam honom na fe the Catholic Obuasi diocese for so for pon asma na impemfo so akwakohwe ye gidi ye samo nyina makwakohwe die enche school dan no ebesan de esi hobium na school for no etumi akobium and indeed the Nyaseman Catholic Senior High School all student for nyina the aye de mu school no baako ana sebi atofo no yenye na fe yemwa 30 minutes into 8 a.m. Mamen kona mindi san komo we balansa na me catch us Tree Crops Development Authority for bidding komo omo jumede bi we ni so but again Tree Crops Development Authority for na kasa no adwuma wo ho esese edi komo afa ho se omo hwe nieme bi a ye nyina ye di man apomuden ko ye mango ne cashew ne de aka nyina esese a kube no kra wo tokra ne bo no na oma be pa don ba kube no ne bo no mi hu atia just o de ye Tree Cross for na tenase ebedi nkomo be mo red light na answer na yedu hono mo a ye hu de beka afa eyesa nema we hu bro ma menko zoom wo hu na mindi sankomo we na fa memra back me ne me lecturer Opoku Danso oye sorry Dr. Daniel Apia political and governance and then public reform at University of Ghana. Menen Indian komo be azum na fe Indian komo be emfa aftermath of ayawasono and then issues na abebe piemusisiano. Now it look as if say the NDC too many people are disappointed in them in the sense that no more force say anka punishment be ebe baso. But now the argument has moved from the NDC and then talking about issues that has to do with vote buying and what primaries and so when it comes to politics in but if a dog so what men come and watch it more kwaba about a Kessben TV so Kessben 92.9 Mijiri so who ye bibia so bokode.
I hope so. What a because as I know pay me network and ensure that any very good papa. It is what a my so
bibia come up.
You and then I'm a memphis and I'm in for enchia a phone so.
So ejo so pa. Now, my senior come. So the aftermath of ayawaso by premise na the NDC specific omokoye ya ekofan sembebre na no eba a committee was set up. 3-member committee was set up headed by Alhaji Inusa Fuseni to look into matters and then bring solutions to it. They were given 2 days to do that because now ahead of them they needed to present a candidate around that time. Now Ora Fifi Kote, who is the General Secretary, said there were 3 or 4 reasons that he are giving. One has to do, say, Omo Constitution. Apparently, they don't have anything within their constitution to say obi a vote buying, alleged vote buying, and punishment in India. It is not in their constitution. Therefore, they cannot hold anybody accountable to that. They can only caution. And then ahead of them, they can now decide to put in some of these measures and all. Others have also spoken about vote buying, saying that vote buying should be criminalized and all that. Now, clearly, Mayor Shots will follow Ayawaso East primary here course with vote buying, the NDC, and how the Mutu Omanamono. Let's deal with the NDC first. Ufo say Anamono Mutu any Omanpenyi 2 was in the right direction for other parties to learn.
Yo, me don't say we brave. Say, me shall say every year and I'm more a man penny 2 years or recall it. A High Commissioner Babajama a free Nigeria. Me just say sana mono a namoa a sena a fata say wa recall no because of Nyoma Ekoko Kosono. which means for the Nejumedia na Ukrana no idea waji efrain in same and you know at the end of the day you know yes ya recalling no ya sounds what train efrain Nigeria sounds so de no aba so which means o mampani no nya dia na ni eje ho kra nti o mampani na montu ni de ya dia mefo aso emom ye ba party no enso edie no a senior 3-member committee ahaji inusa fuseni edano no maintain report of the committee no de na follow interviews wa grante following omo edwumedi omo die ye no na say dia makan wo media no say no credit na alaji inusa fuseni e kire say omo investigation no edi prefer say nioma anakata se ne proye media report to yen ekoso na contestants no omunyina involved obia involved when say nyina ye ni ehwe ehu TV so ni media so nkofo kura television almost so television eno ni ade sa nioma no enye fekra na okọ NDC constitution no ma obre hu say article 46 clause 8 honum de kono omo atro honum say obi mame enkan ne brofo no say a party member may be subjected or may be made subject to party discipline for any of the following may can particularly be anti-party conduct or activities likely to embarrass the party or bring the party into hatred, ridicule or contempt. Nina NSS obi ekokoye bribi ana odan suban bi edi na sa suban no de party no etwena se efaga temana nkofo ema sa suban no ma nkofo ekasa party no eho kasa ense na emfata na afi nkofo kra etan party no ana sa nkofo esre party no se party de omo ye die enya sa nipa no also mo twen na so into one constitution so hwe de course na enter say de course wa ya waso no eyade a de party no bring a party into ridicule ko for ACC party na twetwe NDC omso mba ya research na hwe de omo eye ban research na mo hwe de omo yanko omutumi etwe. Hello.
Yeah, meton kapait yen twaso.
Right. And into subaya omukodi edi no wo abato no ebrechi party no constitution no into so omutumi etwe omaso. Na so what kind discipline produce na alaji nusa for any party executives no be almost say or need time or they don't have enough time to go through all the disciplinary procedures and pass what kind a year of constitution now there is not enough time. But at the end of the day what I also ask myself is if the time many hot there majlis and national executive committee you know and a party bit me take a decision say in your nasa there omo twam ho every abatwa omokwa akotunum then the winning you know on one kasanko jina as independent and on one kasanko yes on his or her own a party you know say party no bringing into contempt into disrepute ni ridicule there in na ensase party no eden na hokoko bata sa abatu hu ejidi say that option too was also there amu betumi afa nti menyin ne say at the end of the day betu ka say bia options ni nyina were closed. Of course all the legal options in there is not enough time, but if there is not enough time I think nothing stops the party from saying that in that case they are not going to support the candidate in the contest of this party, and it won't be the first time others say NPP and NDC actually free about to be because it's a money near maybe a encoso.
But clearly, isn't also the fact that what they also say, the election was conducted by the institution which is supposed to do that, i.e., Electoral Commission. And Electoral Commission did not come up with any other thing other than giving a clean result of what really transpired. Therefore, for them to say we want to annul it or probably say will create enough problem for them. Anna,
you know, so what kind of Electoral Commission an actor? Electoral Commission no first. Electoral Commission at the end of the day is supposed to conduct all public elections and referenda. and now kind political parties act and so or some of parties no so conduct elections. Now the rules that govern electoral commission no and so better say about one or more to so violence bia NC so obiara amba electoral process from the submission of for instance ballot papers, printing of ballot papers out to the end of the elections say bibi boni biara NC na nyema ye kan die emfa elections nankasa ho so ye kwa akoto aba from printing of ballot papers from the polling station ni nyina bibia akoso asomdwe mu ewo ho no enti omum breaki electoral commission no rules baabia enti so bika so omwe break electoral commission the rules make say which aspect of the electoral commission act and answer political parties act no na breaki. Electoral Commission is not mandated to go and then do investigations in terms of the behavior of parliamentary candidates. An Internal Constitutional Review Commission now proposes an independent commission be taking aspects of the regulation of conduct of aspirants in the country. BBN one of my electoral commission actor was some report on the behavior of candidates prior to or outside the process of voting. And one flat electoral commission the rules baby. My kind rules from A to Z me who baby or my flat. My kind from political parties at baby and home my flat. Into electoral commission there or ye the Juma person ya I was say oh yeah at the end of the day.
So clearly it tells you sir. So on Junior Ghana any politics clearly we don't have a defined way of doing it. There are too many gaps within Emma Kwama nipa to me yet the assessor yet to win a battle. Those processes in doesn't have any akwanchrebi and say specific rules and regulations to use. Now somebody like Oratoni Edu is even calling on the police to even get into this thing by investigating or pursuing allegations of vote buying, even though there are legal gaps when it comes to in criminal act and people's representation of people's law, the 1992 PNDC a friend is saying 284 and all that. So as political science and political their number because the processes for people to get to power now is becoming more or less like we are buying leadership, we are purchasing leadership instead of really allowing the delegates and then Ghana Fonu to do the specific things that we are supposed to do.
I know there may not be a drain. We have been calling for the amendment or reform of the Political Parties Act. Because political parties, there first and foremost, are private organizations. Political parties are not state-owned. Yeah, because they're state-owned, and your minor and then crabata be and no. Political parties are private organizations. Into because the cocoa for police number bet you be if officials or more political parties, or more public officials until you can't explain, you can't go and then ask police to come and then arrest somebody in a private organization. So and until we need to properly define the place of political parties as private organizations. Now we know say although we are private organizations, but the basic of political parties mubiano and also ever be affected your governance because members of parliament and the president are and internet also taking the organization of political parties very seriously. Now, if you reform your political parties act, you make rules to govern internal democracy and internal arrangement of what political parties no. So be a koye vote buy na afe ye hu ni sesemra o se na ye make ye emra etese afe ye betumi akọ samai sa ni pakra no krampo na afe ye create organization nso a o se omo hwe sa adwumadie no so se wo hwe electoral commission act na America no mo mutumi so mo ebe kokọ sa ni omanu mu. And you hear an independent, maybe political parties regulatory commission beer. I be more mutumi say Sanyaman or say or more ecomo. So even US crampono me Sanyaman it go just issue elections to look at also internal party democracy. Enti I was said you to me a year. Sakaye ewo yemra no mu ewa bra ye koye ni me enya sa nipa bebre na ye ni gidie ewo yabatu ye ni gidie omomo a ye be elect even if you win in this particular election ewa bra majority akra say yen cancel election, what will be your moral standing in parliament? Will you feel okay? You know, so it is important that as a country we need to take our democracy very seriously.
Dog, you better ask the parent show and then come on near D and anope.
Yo, me that was it.
Right, Dr. Daniel Appiah, political and governance and then public reform, University of Ghana, and AD and come on 27 minutes into 8 a.m. My name TDC4 ending common after me. We are my name boost for so AD and common after I share their coin in their benina and 3 crops for about best try. Will fear Hanway no my bidding common in opinion. Stephen Asante Aqua or deputy CEO of finance and administration, and I feel so being Adams Cashew value chain specialist on us if you are my reading common afe yahwe the wo omani so on person omo edema tree crops and development authority for each and we be aboko there
radiadum bibi aboko
the radio so say bibi so boko there migidi say doc so ho ye Penny who pa
opening who ye pa honorable Andy Osei Ukra
yes
no ye pa
yeah that's it jumani de wa sha see pa enyo no anka menye sure say bibre na akra no yenim tree crops development authority say mo exist and say mo exist but ora Stephen mame no sha see tree crops development authority for mo ye den first off
okay they kind meda atifu ase na me de nchia kese amu bibia efri yewura Dr. Andy Osei Ukra ho na tree crops eye adwumaku a the act of parliament ene ete act 1010
okay
yeah enti 2019 na uhwemu a yembotaye pa ne se yebetoto na yakrakra eye nuaba nsia cashew, coconut, oil palm, rubber, mango, and a share.
Okay.
Say you man say ye na abai ama ye kwan say ye beto to na ya hwe. Say be ye nuaban say e be fa na ntuma pa fra wo Ghana. Na mpo wiase afa na nyina say ye bo bibi ti say cashew dia e dia e be ba team first e ye Ghana. Ti ni tietie nyina mu ne say tree crops e na ye hwe say nuaba e say nyina so.
Okay, insane now. So, kube share ne mango,
cashew, coconut, oil palm, rubber, mango and share.
Okay. Now, saying you're being now, how effective it is when it comes to exportation of these? I mean, crops. Here, can one say me?
Okay, a bar exporter, for instance, cashew. They say yeah, but I ever occupy a day and you say you add value to Sanoma we are
okay.
A producer of Ghana.
Okay.
Pimpy cashew bar share in a phone bar. Your mouse one day the quaman on it. But the entry crops are far to your home says say value addition. Now Oshimua Ghana ha your problem can cry your what's and you are buying who production. Inti ye project be where what World Bank project ye pese distribute seedlings bebre na production it me koso koso a local processes benya bi ono nso so ye trader auto e de akwa agba no ne nso so benya bi akọ nti we ye no ma ye de agu akwan mu a ye pese tree crops no ebusu wo ha na ye nya bi de ama ye processes aye na ye nya bi nso so e de akọ
so clearly embusu sa
your production problem. Your production.
Okay.
Abusu anka you maybe see Cote d'Ivoire. But ni nyina mu no ye ben omo. I mean him say the AC ahye ye normal fa no in about the next 2-3 years no. Ghana edin beba betokan.
Okay.
There was that 3 crops.
All right. Well, I mean wona wudi akotini wo cashew mu ye pa. Eno am call shop say me pe cashew ni bi ato. Very expensive. Very, very expensive, I won't lie to you. And I'm wondering why a cashew either they baked or they roasted or something.
Roasted.
Roasted becomes very expensive in my own country where I grow a cashew. Are they?
Esika for crop.
One more dear no. You see a craft first nanka kokoya ya tutu ya see friend Kofi broke man. You see a Kofi rich man because you are broke man and gaso ntumi ntoko kona. No. Kashu I don't know kashu boy din sa.
You William me da wasi da me so michia etiefo nya. Me ba bisi wasem nim.
Okay.
Senior me boss fiase no. Wa maye hu ni nti abotaya ye de TCD.
Yeah.
Na botai ba ko ehia pa yenya akwenye ye be ka aka ho eni se won se koko na Ghana ye de ani atoso a emredodo pi broni free bibi diversification koko ebetumi adubribi ebe ha oman anase bia ne production be cost from ene ye hwe climate change ye kan wo ba bia ewiemu sisa coco's ability to withstand the adverse effect of climate change, you know, ye shake kakra.
Okay.
Nti ye say yitumi diversify. Na sika ye nya wo cocoa mu no. Ye hwe enoba bi adachi. Cocoa ye se odi ye hwamo anaso ogina ba bia ogina ni mpo a omo nso de se sika ni bi ebeba be kan ye ho. Nti hwe enoba yin a me boss ya. Ye TCD ya to ni din se C-coms. Ya pe acronym amano send your boy ni senior dikan no eye cashew senior to so mienu no coconut uno oil palm R rubber M mango na S share nti ye kase si komsa na ya so beyond cocoa adenti ni ye kasa se cocoa to me more main at least about $2 billion annually. We are assuming say ye develop ye promote na ya regulate sa six crops ya any kubebu awo kan you e bia betumi amayen sa sika no na se bia e mayen sa sika no de ya na imagine what we are bringing into Ghana yentin si cashew mu ye no kre cashew eho adwuma ye no e de ne kakra.
Okay.
Cashew production to processing or how kakra wumu pa. Cashew processing is one of the difficult activities are a war commodity be. We what tito cashew we wahata we what they cotton in name me rap processing I throw the processes merepem minya kwenya banaba. Yes. Ma the cost of processing is so high. Okay. And not affect born. It born a was no and yet necessarily say cashew no you chrome na air funtia. Name your cost of processing. Now you nim say a buying especially President Mahama by the resetting agenda no value addition is on top of the table. So mean you nim say a buying to a kind of 24-hour economy office we will have a system you be remove bottlenecks maybe establish a cashew industry or Ghana ni akudu ayini minya wura o man say me ye cashew mi wura Kessben office ha land issues mess of war issues related to environment EP mess of war food and drugs authority issue mess of war standard authority. So there is a one-stop shop system. You to me buama establishment of industries. It's so easy. The meaning say you see you. It was a level of any. So I no. Say Ghana you benya bibisa. Now if you are able to attract a lot of investors, now processing cost of Ghana habibria. A bono a paper from because cashew ye aduani bia ahodin wo mu pa. When we talk of the nutritional value of cashew yen to mean can in to me can we e de so summit no enipa mra mehwe neoma me cashew nku na me ka ho asemu ye de ye se me bo cashew nkaten kwan wa ha onua
re nkaten kwan
na me cashew se ma mau cashew oh me bro cashew paste. Now they are born cutting coin. So bedding cutting coin be more. Wow. So there are a lot of things that cashew apple is a Ghana. Ye say netona ye de coin the ane Vietnam ye tugu. Yeah. You see you buy no nisu ade hunu kese ni say you bet me add value because ye nyina ye wo man ade ba kwa ye ni say wo ton wa ye kopa we de mpanifo eye nsa. Nsa ye hu efia ye no mu. Enso de ye ensem bia cashew produce one of the best and the finest alcohol derivatives are.
Very interesting, sir. Dr. PM. Okay. Yes, sir. No.
Cashew apple, dear. A break a cra. Okay. Okay. Say a cashew apple.
Okay.
You between the video.
Okay.
And it's going to be very good.
Okay.
For the entire.
Nice one. And any common empha a year more summit number by no Tree Crops Investment Summit number by Siciano. Ora Stephen Boyemu Ebanesana would take a decision to have such an investment summit.
Yo, Minio Kojo Medase. I'm saying summit no a first of its kind. It means see that Eukrumu say Yebe Tree Crops actors in India from producers, that's farmers, to traders, processors, and exporters. Ye bo mano na yasa help position Ghana. Atu we say ama anu nyina say so obo Tree Crop bia dia Ghana e na obenya. Summit no ye botaye ba ko ne say ye be boa ye nkrofo nyina no na ya kyerɛkyerɛ kwan a ombefa so a eye Tree Crops no omo beye ni ye ama dachi bi dachi ne dem say by next year bia de minim say IVC de be biti omo ama dachi bi yen ya be di kan wo sa no mam nti wo hwa investors beba.
Okay.
A kind investor, me akra me investor.
Sure.
Because me Tree Crops and we call me Kroma. Me fin Kranza North.
Okay.
We cashew not less than 10 acres.
Wow.
E wo mango 10 acres.
Wow.
My margin say me say e bi mu kakra.
Wow.
Ma uncle Tree Crops and kaminim say crops e na ye Ghana dachi.
Wow.
Enti mesre say yes I no man we nyina aboa ya no. Na ye hu kwan ya ye be fa so a ye Tree Crops e wo Ghana no ye betimi ahye mu kina na ye ni ye ama na ye kama me de bia me ka che bo aben mu se pension bia ni ho a e chen se ubedua Tree Crops because akra okwa ahomje mu na otifi a ofa osekan a wo ye exercise no na wunya mfaso de bi e free Tree Crops so enti mesre se obi a wani je Tree Crops ho se ye cashew coconut, oil palm, rubber, mango, share the air in time can was because yen say share there is grown in the wild.
Yeah.
And why but say cry no, yeah, the normal Google akwanmu o call Craig Ball ye wo share seedling wo hwa.
Okay.
Ye hwese and also so ye be intentional about share. Na ye plantation to say onama ohun say ye cashew any mango farm. Enti ye guso e den hye ye gukwanma we say this year season no you bet me do ashe na hwe na yield no say ne de e grow wild na e pa nti message for say wow you interested e wo Tree Crops mu bia no ade chance mete ne bra na ba wa obehu wani so a obehu wani so ade kwan a obefa so a obetimi aye Tree Crops no bi ye no ma ka cho mo so mo pensa asema ye Tree Crops de ya ready say so unyanya asase a technical advice e wo say di mo bia de be ma seedling nso so ye be pe bia ma na won so o de wa ho den ape bia ka
wonderful wonderful
obiara
wonderful
na oba say the American investors wo ho technical advice services wo ho a ye de be ma afi so ubehu no ma yetimi de say Tree Crops ye cashew ya na Mr. Boaben ken ye ni waste cashew bia ye wo bibia ye de ye biti se share and also waste in even coconut ne ho no cry or the idea ti Tree Crops de adepa
any de gulo lo kwam sa no poto ba na ya se ya fele no en hu ina mfa so wow oraba me da me na summit ne ba so
nyame adomo a summit no 17th to 20th of February eye bosumi ya ye we mi ya na wotwa ye besimu no eye ne benada ekusi fiada na summit no e baso
e wenfa
e baso Accra International Conference Center na ne fe eni se eye o my penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na e ba bibia no amaye otumfo C2 e ba abeka no ho na nti enye dwumedi a eda fam kra
Okay. All right. Nice one. Inti ayanopa.
Anopa efiase dey can be 8.
Okay.
Na ye fiase.
Okay.
Ye fiase no speeches beba.
Yeah.
President Bekasa, Tumfo Bekasa, Agric Minister Rure Kupoko Bekasa, Finance Minister Bekasa, Oba Pa Trace Minister Bekasa, Rua Okuji Toablakwa Finance Foreign Obekasa. Na ye wieni nyina ye see you abebo si kom si wa bebie mu amani pe hu opportunity se wo.
Nice one.
Na ye de no abie dwumadi na.
Nice one.
Na ewiamu no yafa commodities no ebia maako ye the experts international experts ofa aba Indonesia ne Malaysia mo na edi akote ne pa ye the international expert efi eho eba abekasa fa be ho ofa cashew ho a Shaktipa obo cashew Shaktipa din sisia the whole world. He is one of the best.
Okay.
Oba na wa be kire opportunities a it is sana ye no ade chia ye fa crops ni mienu so ye fa ye oil palm abe na ye de share aka no ya oil palm for dan we mu ti se mu studio A na abe for share for studio B obi ye di ni djuma panel discussion ya ba be mu na
Mate, in painful, you better say, and 17th to 20th, one, you better, Panama can be a kid to a fancy.
Midi BB count, say, Opa say, Obabia, Oko, your website,
okay,
tcda.gov.com, okay, Oko bit me register. I think so gtcis.org,
okay,
and also quite. Obey to me a register. Participation is free.
Okay.
Obey to me a baby. I think so say bia ye free here open say offer na only a twetwen koma number ne 0244 994958.
Okay.
0244 994958.
Okay.
Na kitahudie bia e wodwumade ehu bia no offer sa numbers ya. Obeti and Kana also so wait to be addressed.
All right. But I say, Ura Steven, sorry, Asante Aqua, our Deputy CEO, Emma, Deputy CEO Finance and Administration Affairs, Ura Boabin Adams, Cashew Value Chain Specialist. Meko Hakoko J, Cashew Aben Katakwide. SSM economic kwaji before movie tree crops development authority for no more edin komanenche yene pay for bedin komo badansa na menko fa imboost na imboost aye ready na mini imboost endin komo na fe ba impemfo atnas Jeffrey Okansi Kabute Atnas Revenue Mobilization Africa and Professor Cornelius Owusu Asari Communication Team member of the NPP, and then Godwin himself, the Mahama Ayaba, also acting as a corporate affairs officer Ayator of the NDC, also acting as a bidding common. Now if I share the imboost, you new common for Yambrasisia.
Medafo me de wadru sharp herbs biaya ye imboost herbal mixture police ni na dro no ena me ne wo behwe senti etwa sa wo de imboost herbal mixture eye wadru enne pa e wadru ni mu ene niema papa se obinum imboost herbal mixture onya medafo se ka imboost herbal mixture se de wate dada na eye police ni no adru no edro eye police ni o ye mamu heya na nyame nam ne so a ode edro ya bedwa so e wodwa so dada ada a chese yeguso a ye nom a eboa ye ma ye ni padua no kwamo no enya ahoden na ene ye hwe ne pa e wo imboost herbal mixture mu police ni na draw imboost herbal mixture wa ye no odi no bna hama enua hini e na odi aye na ahwe edro se de brand ni sitie na e unique kra e danso na nya brand ne keke content na e wo mu no eno so ye different e yi ne ho apue na e yi ne ho asinchen aka ebedro kaye bia aka ho eno nti se wo pia bonten na se wo kɔ herbal shop license chemical shop pharmacy bia mu na wo kɔ pɛ ebibidro mapa ebetimi aboa mo atimi ako edi unyare wanyina so nkunimu a menhwe dro bia se imboost herbal mixture police ni no edro no sei enetie me pa cha won saka bia kap ketua bi hye so ubie so na wo sheki ni wi aka pocket na ehye so no obenum 2 anopa ansa na wadidi awian so wadidi awie obenum 2 enwumre a wokọ akoda no wanum 2 edro yura wo nipadua mu a eba beboa nkwam a ewo nipadua no mekire immune system no na enya ahoden mapa na atimi aboa wo nipadua no na dwumaso a nyankopon nyansa ne nipayo mu obo nkwam ane de ma nipadua no se enima no se dwumaso no nkwam na atimi edi ama nipadua no edro yi ye di nubrane hahama na aye na nubrane hahama ne natural spices a dia ye no ekura properties bebree ekura phytochemical compounds bebree a eboa nipadua no apomden ma ne timi ekọ nanim properties ameka ho asemu ebi ne saponis ebi ye tannis afensu ebi ye flavonoids ebi ye carotenoids ena alkaloids ne de keka ho bebre a mintumi ye brani ntimi fa ne nyina entudwa na nam se ebrani sa na dodo akonya ba akofo ntena so nchenti ena me no be ka mienu ho asem ye fa saponis eye property a ewo imbustable mixture mu a obi a wodi police ni na dro imbustable mixture ne be ye na edro no saponis na ewo mu nti fat entimi enya nika ewo ni padua nim me srade enu nti se wutie me ne na se woni padua ni mo yedu embroso wankasa wonante a obre wonante a ase wo tie so utumu se ni padua ni emo yedu wa ye kese embroso a imbustable mixture na ye kanfo dia ma wo saponis na ewo mu no sa woto imbust no na wo sheki na wa se bibi ba ni bubbles bi ba ni mu se ehoro bi saa no aha eno ena ekọ wo shifat ni nyina afri ni padua nim edi ama wo eno ewia na nwieye afe ekohye aboa na wo sugar a ekoni padua ni mu enuane a ye di starchy foods a ye di and end product eye sugar anase glucose no ekoboa anormalize sugar level no edi ama wo me kire se esikyira aboroso wo ni padua ni mu no ebetena kofom kra wa wo di aboroso na wa wo di aboroso so a control no asiesie no di ama se de be ya emoroso nkofa ohaw ana oye na bi enfamre wo afe ewia hye se cholesterol aboroso wo ni padua mu aya SS no ebete so edi ama wo medofo enye no nkwana so ye brani ti ye nko tannis enso so yi tannis so ye property bi a ewo nipa ewo imbust mu a se wura ni padua ni mu a ekoye osi akwan ama bacteria virus germs infections a omu wura ni ye ni padua mu a omu kwasesa yare ahodo de brain no eno na tannis na ewo imbustable mixture mu no ekohye na aye osi akwan aseti barriers ama wo se de be ya wo pia bonten na se wo don saso so ne ma bi mu ana wudi nuane bi na se kwa kofa ohaw bi ana wo ye ne bi e de abrewa tannis na ewo imbust mu no ebe ya osi akwan amasa ne o mani nyina afa tannis ninti wonum imbustable mixture ye police ni na duro no oni akomayade eni twaka kra chese akomayade entumi emben wo heart attack bia entumi emben wo eboa siesie akoma no mani tumi ye atwuma ye afen so ehye ema moje wo nipadua ni mu no etimi di afusane ye ebi ana wutie me na kakra bia wo na yetitiriti onsa yetitiriti moja ni ntumi ndi afusane ye amo akoma bo periperi ama pressure no kra ekosoro dodo ana ate abafom sese hypertension no abasa ne wo betena enu ti doctor amo waduro se no moduro no nefa control no me pacho imbustable mixture wo betimi anoma ka ho ebesiesie wo ni padua no na control ne di ama wo nipa bebre na anom imbustable mixture no pressure no ewo soro pa nanso nei odi adanse se eduro no aboa no afen so ebi ana wutie me na cancer kra na etete wo me ka carotenoids eho asem eno so boa wo na ewo cancer eno ti se wo nom imbustable mixture hunu se sa carotenoid na ewo mu nti no ma cancer emba wo nipadua nim enye no nko me dafo a wutie me se ye fa imbust ho bonus sa na se mfa so dia yenya ewo nipadua nim a edoso obi ohon mo se me didi wi ana mebo ehyehye me ana se aduane to me yema me ntumi kra imbustable mixture ne besiesie di ama wo imbust ne de enka wo se abusua bia enya bisi ne fie ebra yare achi mpofiri mu so na wo be ko hospital ana yare achi hu kani ana se wo dofo bi na wo pese wo de no ko hospital no wo de wo imbust ne bia fa ne bie so ne di kan ma ne binom ansakra na modru hospital ho se imbust serve as first aid e de ama wo abusua na de biara da otumu se yare ene motonkwanta amapai yare nta amemu imbustable mixture boy general body pains free ni padua mu me kire police ni na dro no an obi mu bisa say adai edro no eye painkiller na wonnom a eyi ya wo nyina say ye adwumaden na wo ye say ye fom dwuma e na wo ye say wo ye mesi ni wo ye driver ni wo ye gya ho adwuma wo ye oba wo kwa market ko di dwa wo honom obeba na honam nyina ya wo ya edro imbustable mr na ebeboa wo na menua ba eboa wa yi ya wo no na menstrual pains any menstrual disorders so wo di ni sunkunim eno nti wo baby or menstrual pains or menstrual disorders a ye kanfo police ni na dro imbustable mr no ena di amano afen so ebeboa asiesie wo maaye mu no se bia infection bi ehinta wo baby candidiasis me kire odepoa ehinta wo baby a ebesiesie nu anase nsuo biara enya nika nanso eba efri wo nipadua ni mu ba ekofo how edebre wo no imbust ne beboa eyi ni nyina afri ho be ma wo hwe me imbustable mr ebeboa ama mensem so akonanim a wo how bia eni akire sa wo to imbustable mr se wo no mo amedofo eye du papa ebeboa wo na o how bia nim sanse yan kasa ne edua ye nubena no uko ti regina hahama ne nubena no ya gi asase yan tam wo ho eni afa akuafo aguso ye ne o makasa se momo fa chemical bia nka asase no ne mpo akopɛ se eduro no enu nti ye ndro beba ye de be fa mfidie mu a ye behwehwe mu no na kyese bibia eye kroje na eduro ne be agya so enam se ye papa nti adansie bebre na ewo ho
eduro ne ye papa asa me ko pedwe me 20 nya me menses enye yi
sa
me body ne enye yi
okay
ba mi ko eduro no me kunu so ma me de bia me no no ni bia me sorry me ko pedwe me new system so aye kama me menses so aye kama
ba so me net no bo so me so na menses na say ba no ma be even 5 days no na be 3 days pe na atwa be ma nye do mbi ko na no so kra no mbi no e ma kwa na we ba be 5 days no mind mu ne say do no mu de no kra ni e de nyame asase nyankopon ya do na edu ba tan say be pe kro man we mu na e boa fofofo na ye nya mu anwodi nya accident e koda trafaga almost 3 months me na ebubuye e ma da de shimu enti na pensa na e wo ho a meti no police ni aduru no mo tobre me amenom ye no first one no de na me nti pensa no biem nti second one at times going no amenom police ni aduru na wo me nan no na ma wo se me nan na fe de me hu sa kira bi online no nso ta nan mu ye omo me pressure we nso ta nan mu enti me no police ni aduru na fe ma wo se nan no asase ye de etwe nti aduru no de eye me manum bi ana se oba bi ye o ya honam ya hono de me de no na esa me yare ma me edi se ka ye camera kwa metime yi ba bi amenya accident no e de a kire tiefo no mo so ahwe no mo de adi aduru no adanse a kire mansan
adanse atwa agu nyina eye imbustable mr police ni na dro ho adanse enko no wote ho ye dai tutumri kasesi a na ru herbal shop license chemical shop na kope imbustable mr na nom na wonom a afe apomudin abusuakuo imbust no wa beka ho wo beka apomudin abusuakuo no ho a de biara da utimu se unipadua no enya apomudin mapa oni yade atonkwanta mapai ye numbers na gu screen so no frey asem a kire wadwen no brane ne ye meka ho asem ana se frey na bisa ye kope imbust tonom na beboa wo atufo beko herbal shops akese a etwa Ghana Heshia enkran okanshi drug lane ebi ewo honom Kumasi ene central region Koforidua eastern region munyina northern region bebia imbust no yato apeti enti kope bitonom ebeboa wo pa imbustable mr de eye apomde mapa ena apomde mapa so eye imbustable mr enam se police ni na ye enti obetumi aka se opo sini na dro no meda wase se wo hwe me.
Okay, so 55 minutes into 8 a.m. Imbus in Nyomu Edi and Common and Paying for Atanasiation Komodie na say two major issues we really want to deal with has to do with the cocoa. And then Finance Minister, according to a cabinet emergency meeting that was held yesterday, on my share bossa and Nedia, the Finance Minister will speak to the nation as to how some $185 million, if my memory serves me right, owing cocoa farmers or the LBCs for them to pay to enable cocoa farmers and also and then again the aftermath of Ayawa. So the report that came from the NDC, is there something to go by? Was it a good step that the NDC took? And then the issue of monocracy entering into our politics and no komo epese yidi ene anope e ofia hanom ntino pen for atena see there mencha cry me den komo no nyina so WhatsApp messages in so no I'm going to read all of them for you now fe ya share the corner but let me start with incha now fe yen twas before me chamu na bibia boko there. Yeah, that's it. Yes, yeah, that's the pass. A friend will to me abba never be ding and come more. Yeah, but Shasiana, you didn't come off far. I mean, we'll start with the Iowa so East year election on our face on so abba that has really put the nation on our feet as to how a bit my shaman maybe a bit to me a year. Despite the fact that the man in no and fighters anymore, but party politics, AD when it comes to some of these things, I look as if we are buying leadership, we are purchasing leadership and home come on and be there. But I'll start with you Ura Okansi on our first internet seminar chassis na fi din come then we'll end up with Ura Mama but because some ho and as seminar chassis fear. So listening to all of us, then he will be able to tell us exactly what the party really means after month of the year committee no etc. No but 10 minutes ayo dia Ura Reverend in din come
me das na kwenya we mechia minyan ma me no be ebedi dwumai mechia o nyama co-panelist and ITFO nyina na edwumare aso ye beda na se we be akwanya we this platform aye de be chire ya adwene ene area kanga na ho asem won so de mechia o pa em se wo sha ase question ni a woni abrante ni din komo no ya me se manage wo ho pa enti one thing ana utwe na adwen ba so ne se na o pese ohun se asem bi a etwiri fi national level, political party level, and everywhere because there's a gap. One to was here, or no, he shot himself in the foot. Edu baby no sum easy. Say na mrabi ni ho ema easy. Say onye say. Na one tie say also na NDC for no so chira o say na almost some constitution mu no na bibia ni ho a make me dey ide e dey ache nkrofo no. Enso ade ba kwa e me fe ene say wo chira mu chira say hia say nyina e betena se na ya hwe from political level to the national level no nia esa say ye na yam say me weyim kakra me mother in local baby.
Oh sorry.
Na me call home no na me konya the rudest awakening. Until okay. Just 10 seconds am frank am say mu.
Okay.
Osu cemetery. So te say MC ni say
we close.
Sa na me papa ekono mo koma no. Oh. Me call earlier on the 27th. Me call December 27th. Na me call me auntie 10 years. Na me go do me na me cousin say ko sra me papa enda. Enti ye gina otwa pictures. Na me call say me ko pe esie kwan ama me mother in law no. Me call ye no baby ana omode me call so omode ko mama no. Na ben baby me sie me papa. Enti omode kire me wie no na me ye say o. Say dey am fa so no masra me papa. Just about 10 steps away. Me share ya me hunda no. Enti na makuma 2 years. But not because of about best 10-12 days earlier no. I was not accepting. Until because my cousin was sending pictures, mommy, or phone with me the bachelor. Or sending my Mr. Kai, or to me, Papa and Dano. Or to Tokro, or to be beer for him. I'm telling you. Disrespect. I have the phones. I'm pained. I'm very pained. Wow. They have dug the hole. It's a hole I'm seeing there. Into sending my cousin, they also a meeting. I'm saying, or to old man, Dano. Until we send the pictures, and I say, wow, and also respond this, sir. Then you win fast forward Thursday here train and then now
yeah
me coffee yes and I'm the City FM or me yes announcement or moko so a me madam for Kenneth Kessben engineer Kenneth Kessben na ka moko to moko tu ne wife na enda ntina sasa no moko to we me friend now can say you were fighting this war even though they couldn't succeed with yours you were fighting it for my father. Now me send the pictures to man and no Jamie petition. I'll show you the petition and media send the that is where we have gotten to as a country. The corruption, the disrespect for tradition and respect for even the dead. Ya boy who chrono saya ya tiase chrono saya umo we crap ya de call so. That's how far we have gone with corruption. So quickly I think the vote buying matter it's so visible but there's a thin line. And honestly you know there's a thin line between appreciating the efforts of those delegates and inducing them. And see, we just say, na say dia, I don't know where they are say, where they open so. Game no nyina no baby da ase mbie mu na empem no. The transparency around it is what makes it fair. And you know to kwan ko krobi so a sika no crap or the campaign you kra na say o kire be onya fee. Inti emu da opefe na ahe na odi ye we na ahe na odi man crofo eno so ehia na ma menko issues the main issues ankasa so why do you give the identity na wo ma nipa na ade no adwene ben the intent identity na wo ma no ade no den na wo de ma no dey important na wo de ma no abre ben na wo de ma no when are you giving it to the person? Why na de ma hwan eno so hia pa esa say ansha me na make election no enso me nya be ma we e na oba akọche ni ama no e de ama nkrofo no ana efi mimi ho ana obi opem asem keke e na sa abre na ye election no o ye se ono ko be kire me do nti ono oton brodo ni nti no ono ba ho kra me ne ndi hu kita mu bia me amagina election me ni ndi kita mu bia na ono be che brodo no esa say o person surprise me enso na go pa asem ama me eno so ehunya pa and then ye hwa no finally no ye to abani wi a bisa say did it affect the process so we are about to na to ye na only aye kan say omo che brodo any mail ni sempo ano omo the accounts went higher. You could clearly it was easy to decipher say omo ye kan say anaye hu videos omo che brodo ni nchene no omo de no ekosoro nti that means it affected the process clearly. Now maybe I di ya kakra ewa ya waso die hu say the candidate bako ba bontene ebe kan say if the person allows it to affect the way say ni dia, that means he accepts that there's a tendency say it could have and a brain no so or the chest ade no e kan de me list ye ni nyina hu no we can say once we have done that what are the final talks around it me shall say political parties dan kasa omoso that exorbitant amount of mujikra for the contest no, is a part of the vote buying thing. I mean, if a person is giving so much, then it means that at all costs, and so the brayer then okoshim na monetization the monetization and the vote buying no, it starts with the political parties themselves. I hear omudi two no, and also can be now candidates dan kasa so a omudi ade na ma no so and also e kan and na mamenka cho assembly enye ye de akosi baby ba obi ba ko peso the okoto vote ubwa the delegates also demand. We were in this country and there was a political party the delegates were holding the whole party to ransom say God dey say no man kasa omo ye den omo mba stadium and you can't leave it on the political parties alone. The delegates themselves also have made it a cash cow and also ye be kan wasem the gaps that exist and now we no pay for fair man and say emrana ankasa no atochima kakra ya say den ye ho adwuma na fa hye na obia enye ho adwuma and then you ask say yeah citizens no me say enye the crime in kwa those who sat and looked on we've been so slow and timid ya ka na ejem but da me kire say ya ho di bia dey drop the chamber no so be kai a e phone ya nko street bia so yenye in a parliament here etwe san here we be say the final way forward for me the way forward is to name and shame say aye am mindful no your voice mu de ma ho den kasafidie so enye airtime enye we forced the parliament caucus to speak. OSP acted and I must take this opportunity to laud them for taking action. I was expecting Shraj to also stamp in here because it's a matter Yoko can even come in because it's a matter of money. Whatever was shared had value before the monetary aspect also was reported. Now about when then what can we do next? To review the laws, and you advised perfectly on that one. Let us review the laws to include some of these things we have said, and then let's support the state institutions by their actions. OSP say yambona baso oye papa no aboso no afre o mama kan say munyina mufa monintum oye nedjuma na bebia doc ekasa no say let's set up institutions that started in Makuma. I don't want to hear committees and institutions again. We have institutions in this country who are supposed to act. NIB wom, Yoko wom, CID wom. This one, the CID can ask you why you are sharing these things, and it starts a process. The AG's office can also ask you something. I mean, so we have the institutions already. It's about putting the laws to make them act. Again, we have to take action and commit IPAC and the political parties to sign on. Say, this is the fairness we want. You see, the word I'll end with is that I heard some of the NDC communicators when they were defending it saying that it was free and fair. No. Do you understand the word fair? Fairness is to create a level playing field and ensure that there is equity, not equality. Where you say, oh, go, you put the giraffe and the goat on the same level field and say they should reach out for something up, then meaning that you are putting the rich people advantage against those who are limited. So to make it a playing field, say, about said by election, say, can say constituency in Munano, the electoral areas, can say easy, creative platforms. Now, conforming meeting those to vote, not even at a party level thing, but then to the constituency people, because it actually boils back to a group of people. Yeah. So the electoral areas, then you give people the chance to speak to them. In my conclusion, I said, you see, when we decide to pretend we don't know where the campaign monies are coming from, then it will hit us because the contrast will go where we don't also know. All right. So we should be interested in knowing where the campaign support and everything is coming from, so that we can have an idea and make analysis of where the contracts and the largesse will go after election.
All right, may I say, Jeffrey Okansi Kabutini attending revenue mobilization Africa and he attending. Sami Boache, as someone can say, is that the NEC led by Mahama appears to be employing diversionary tactics by focusing on issues like the arrest of individuals such as Kofi Ofosu in Kansan, while neglecting pressing national concerns. Cocoa farmers are struggling due to unpaid funds, and recent increases in electricity and water bills have further strained households. Although fuel prices have decreased, the benefits have not been passed on to the consumer, robbing Peter to pay Paul. The administration's approach to Galamsey activities and taxation raises questions about priorities rather than victimizing former officials. The president should address the critical issues. Free Kofi Ofosu in Kansan now. Regards to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the next president of the country, and then Samuel Usai Sarkodie. That brings me to Cornelius Owusu Asare, communication team member of the MPP. Boss, Bibia Bokodie.
Unia? Bibia de Minyak make us a boko, but Unemu de a boko. Na Memfa Asida Kessie Farmer Utreda Ponyankopon say, oh man, this time to come here and talk about what is happening.
Yeah.
Na me de nchia so ema me chairman, the boss wa unia.
Yeah.
Chama buti.
Yes.
Me gutuni ne kasa pa.
Definitely. Ehunya pa. Ehunya.
Be nyanda ba homes.
Ehunya pa.
And all the leadership of the party.
Okay.
Unia. Oba kai se emra ye to aba no. Ye presidential primacy.
MPPD, no? 31st January, no? Okay, yes. Yes, now, yes.
Exactly.
Now, yeah.
Anna, ne something about monetization.
Exactly.
Nana, baby, tiasana, emsana, the concentration in ano, na acquire say, as MPP for, and Kwana, just say, yes, sir. So, Anna, the other guy is a Mark, Ekaso, and the Ekate across. So the guy was not even sure of what the guy is saying. Say, and this for quite maybe. You see, now, say, oh, mammy, oh, now so what that, mammy for na best sorry I could do. The best of my best sorry. You see, answer I catch up. You see, now consensus I was saying, Yakaza some reason is say, NDC bar panel 1 year penny. Na utmima ubia sika 3,000 Ghana cedis each. Ebi ji moto, ebi ji kusuya. OSP also utmi sorry. Sika we onyane wahifa. Say your multiplier. Last time come say no obi so ye ba say no. No obi yes multiplication wa ha. Say so obi ekura nya okay. So obi nya 700 Ghana cedis a. Na say delegate nye say ya saying. Do you remember? Or just say calculate ye. And Yansianga calculation say 3,000 Ghana cedis. That's even from almost 700 cry a year saying. It's can only wife. You see? And no, what ye be here, and no, the mother delegates Nikas and the Sadia. Yam to Abama, just said the woman is. Because what bit me up about them. Now within 1 year. What me to be at 3,000 Ghana cedis at moto dia. And then and if you could recall, Mika Bibi so say also be some me Obesum you. Why must you pay me to come and serve me? If indeed, Obesum me. Why must you pay me? And I say, Okofa, a year can say, Obiso Omesum wa. Who now train the Pakuna na send Pakum the Triao? Because I'm not much as on Besum, we are the masters. And that's a Besum. Why are you paying us? Say, you're Mesum by force. Oh, Unia, I was set state institution, no, your mom crying. No, me do, year, Juma. Okay, Emra lawyer Martin Pig. No, who can ya, ye chini bino. A wa, no person we, and I'm OSP, Omadeni courses adia, Omania reforms, no munino, no. A commodia. There should be replacement. Now, a come before fraud, yeah. Okay, this is how far Ghana you lost now. You could do anything. Say, yeah, ma, bra, what you mean? Say, oh, yeah, the NS was said, I affect you, Obia. Let's say, at the change about institution, and Pakuna affect you if the person have the strength more than you are, or per commission you have the whole. Now, say, if so, who come up or before fro. Now, say, I affect you, be near, and yeah, oh, yeah, what you mean. And this is how a Ghana yababidu. It's sad, you're very sad. And if you could record a message, so can say, a banesa on Obia or your delegate, I could beat me to my thing and my party, no, because Onisika. Oba, me can Pakuni Sefata. So, bet you be Juma, the new patriotic party, and now I Juma, Ediama, a council, and NDC. So what I say. Now another thing is here come once and say, why only Baba Jama penny bunidi? Mamma no so then HABB. And number two, corruption is corruption be ana. Corruption is corruption be. And he say Baba Jama che bibi. No woman so che bibi dia. Adentina ye di eduabone nyina ebo Baba Jama ne ye Jama me no. Ade oyoba anti ana ade. And gender equality, he said, you do what you forget it. So, now, Mr. Suse, a year the NDC fraternity, no, a bimu, a war, Baba Jama side, a business so our mamma side. Why? Because now, no, it is speculative, say, the presidency, no, Emperor Baba Jama. Now, Komunya Mamma Komope. And so as we talk now, there's a clear division in the party. Our fight to say, a whole year kind of saying, okay, say, Mara, to a crown about 87 MPs. A Gina, a car say, Omoda, Emma, a can say, a year, Dr. Muhammad Baumia. Ama, even the NDC people stood say, I don't know what you say, Nakanya. Because some of your leaders of the party, I say, come here, okay, so now, the majority caucus, and so sorry, I say, Yenny Baba Jama in Sin Chain. One won't cancel the election. Why? Because Baba Jama according, I come Mexica. Nebuzausa Mamma on the one Chebiana. You understand my argument? That's where Chebi Bidia. Now, say, the leadership, you know what, hypocritically, no, almost Pijo Monsano, and no more year primaries. Almost one Chebi Biana. And no more primaries said, yeah, better to Amabano. And to Oman Chebi Biana, they should ask themselves, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Say, what Pija Edria? Now the baby Bia, Unimisa Sade, we are guilty of. But rather, no, I feel say there should be a way forward. As my brother was saying, there should be a way forward. Say, we need clear sanitization.
Okay.
Of the electoral system. Okay. Now, I feel no. Yamanya who say, who person who call a bemwa. And yes, he can't walk now. But, Sisiano, Obia Empia, Yaman Land Cruiser. Teacher ni away. And so cross so on so a basa kata kra no to bi da. As yen nyina ye civil servants yen nya yeso. Obi be ye adwuma 4 years. Yes be as gracia. Ni kukuru 400,000, 500,000 the man say onje no fanko. Oniana teacher ni ye adwuma 36 years. Na ni pension call the be kokra no and even 20,000, 30,000.
Yeah, first man no kokore no.
1 second input over there.
Yes.
Ironically, like he said, after sharing the motorbikes and TV, when the person wins the election, we have to give the person car loan. Think about it. You are laughing.
No,
bro. My money.
It didn't cross my mind at that point.
Sharing the motorbikes.
Yes, I mean,
television set.
We give state money.
Quote your numbers again.
Yes,
quote your numbers again. No, it's not funny. Quote the numbers you mentioned.
The 500 to 400,000
even if it's 700 people. But look at the total number of delegates.
Oh, yeah. You can calculate, yes.
You
understand? And all of a sudden, when the person wins the election, he becomes bankrupt. And I have to give them a car loan.
You see? Antonia, to conclude, Mecca said we should allow the state institutions to work. We should allow them to free their mind. They should have independent mind to work, and nobody should suppress them.
Okay. All right, but that's accordingly also near 10 and Canada. There's a Meshach from Meshach Asante from Masama says that the price of buying cocoa needs to be settled immediately because it is taking too long. The government should be boldly and firmly reduce a bag of cocoa price without any hesitation. We all know the reason why the government is not able to pay cocoa farmers is because of the significant reduction in the world market price, which even the farmers themselves are aware. The cocoa farmers must be paid to reflect world market price and cannot gift out something you don't have. So the government should not do anything to satisfy cocoa farmers in order not to bring negative impact on our performing economy. Arrest my case. Meshach Asante from Mama Summer. This one is Godwin Mahama Ayaba. Boss, we be about what here? Radio do my fish up.
Yeah, I think come to the
year. Na can see a share back could be names emergency be mun
Yes, Mami that was because throughout the festive season.
Yes.
I remember when Toy released officially said starting operation, specifically on the 19th of December.
Exactly.
You gave me an opportunity to expatiate on the operations of the refinery, and I think it went viral. I mean, that was anyway, you my phone, you maswa, Modi Diaboa.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, share me co-panelist.
Sure.
It will be very important to put up this issue. I am Crawford saying the issue of offering cancer is a diversionary tactics, and yet diversionary tactics. And this is the point. When you read Act 29, the Criminal and Other Offences Act of Ghana, specifically Section 208, talking about publication of false news. Until your tones are friend and now you're no, you could realize that he didn't know what he was talking about. So in the wisdom of the state institution, Omutusu said, we're publishing a false news. It doesn't mean that you're guilty. It doesn't mean so you're guilty. They will file charges against you. It is up to you, say, Udu Kota, Ube you one. That is the point. Because, say, me, establish the fact of your allegation. Say, yede, so boy, yede, ebo. Yedu Kota, you come to justify, baby, I won't say, your tongue scholarship scheme, a man for. You see the point? So, let us not let these things go away. Matisen Crawford said, John Dramani Mahama and a chief of staff and are calling for his arrest. And also no kre. And very bad when somebody makes a public statement say, ye ton scholarship. Not chief of staff issue statement say, it needs to be investigated.
If it is true.
If it is true, it needs to be investigated. Through the investigation, and a state institution arresting whoever alleged. Why do you put blame on Abaya or person yeshwe in seminimu? Now say indeed a yenokrea. Whoever is doing that should be punished. So they are going forward no. One are legitimately as a so munya scholarship no. They get it free and fair without paying a dime. Into TMPP for no mokacha say somebody caused his arrester. Sometimes I ask myself, whether do we have a competent opposition to put us on our toes? Because are they saying say man investigating? Then I can just sit here and say Andrew mi hunanado I know odi girl BH. Then we are good to go. Asa. Bear in mind 2016 what I said John Mahama after dying with Dubai. These were some of the things they did in 2016. And omo dente part in the image. But it wasn't true. And when be painty and I was road in the so who allow some of these things to fester now?
Very well.
On the issue of Ayawaso East,
yes,
there is no division in NDC.
Okay.
It should be stated. What my brother said is not true. There's no division. 2, majority did not call for the suspension of Baba Jamal. Who read the majority statement? Kind more than 10 times. Baby, anywhere any of the contestants didn't go and check. Not even the letter issued by majority, nor what was issued by the general secretary. Omo calling for general annulment. Paragraph 3, and I have it in mind. Go and check. Paragraph 3.1. Omo calling on general annulment. Point 2, say so much shemu wie na ba out say obi engage in any unethical behavior. That person should be suspended. So they didn't specifically mention obi edin, but omo ka say committee na hwehwemu wie na obi bia ye de ntansa ne be born bia no. If they agree so on be annul vote now in that second election, that person should be banned. Bear in mind, it's a suggestion from the majority. It is up to the party to take it or not to take it. Lo and behold, party the decision that didn't mean say they followed what the majority said. So Omambo will be aiding. They didn't victimize anybody. So let the MPP revise their note. Because it is not true. My brother has started here and said that King can majority letter and tell me where they mention Papa Jamal's name. None. Many said the last time I motto about Hanum. So I thought say the position now or take it during election time of the MPP or be go through that same tangent. But smartly or try to dwell so much on the NDC forgetting that the Blay was contesting national chairman or chaircast. Are you aware?
Yeah.
A bundle of 10 CD. Bundle of 10 CD be 10,000 Ghana CD. Are you aware? MPP call on just election. Brian Champions to be specific. Asia delegate on the hotel. Or catch on say 2023 primaries. Baumia didn't spend a dime in Eastern region. Or no. And the mask come on with the delegates. Or show my each delegate $1,500. Not Ghana cedis. $1,500. I have the video here. So I thought Sanka, the neutrality point to take here during the election, or try to be treated here for Adrian, he would have gone in that same tangent. Me, I agree. My making statement on this matter, me you are in Yadwa, and nobody can score political point on this. For Ghana 49 in themselves, you get my point. But I mean, go into decision NDC take here. 1, let us appreciate the effort by the president. Say or recall Baba Jamal in the first place. Because any mandatory say so or recalling because it was mere allegation. It has not been substantiated. But we are recalling as a first step. Bear in mind, all your candidate in Ponu, he can still double as an appointee. No law bars anybody from being a candidate and being an appointee. Just that you can be an MP and be an ambassador. But Baba Jamal is not an MP. So he could have left Baba Jamal as an ambassador, still a candidate. But the first step will take you and say, allegation here too much. So I recall you. No government, no party, no president in the Fourth Republic has taken that bold decision before. Even though both parties they agree, say they have been vote buying in all our elections. Tell me, President Bia, wait me taking that bold decision on a very valuable man like Baba Jamal. Baba Jamal is not a small fish in NDCU, or a big fish, and a lawyer, one of our great lawyers. So let you and I applaud John Mahama, because Mra Freddie Blay, check cast, and Nana Dankwah Akufo-Addo never spoke against it. 2, let us again applaud the party NDC, because this is also the first time party be accepted a committee to investigate an alleged vote buying in an internal election. Even though Nkrofo bo enjuso of the outcome, but the first step is even commendable. So you set a committee to look at that. Now you go into the substance of the whole issue. Committee need your report about. The committee report, and we interview doctor or admit say who report in here.
Yeah.
So Tiemia report no one. I agree say obia HSK and now obia che goodies. There was a general inducement by all the parties. That's what the report says. The report didn't exonerate any of the candidates. Report also recommended an annulment of the election, as the majority also suggested. But this is the crux of the matter. Practically, you annul any year because of the electoral commission process, filing process. Because the report in the bar Tuesday, Wednesday, all candidates were supposed to file. So who annul to start the process of an internal election again will be very, very difficult. In the party, admitted the fact say, Emre would have taken them through a disciplinary process. But for the purposes of practicality, no, we are any. You get the point? We are any. 2, the reason why so a party no to me annul election so any say internal elections are conducted officially by electoral commission. And I'm the only body that can annul such an election because it is a certified elections. So you are aware. It's a certified election. If a body like electoral commission are conducting election, the party cannot annul it. That's what you must know. 3, we went also into our constitution to check whether there were any provision that talks about annulment of an election. You could realize that you need any express provision in our constitution talking about annulment of an election. Bear in mind, people have gone to exercise their franchise, their right to elect their leader. So when you are trying to take a decision, it must be backed by law. Don't mean you sue morality. It should be backed by law. So having said all this, and a party say, if that is the case, the winner should still go. However, that thing wouldn't happen again. So with a 3-member committee, you add 4 members to make it 7. For them to go and give us a blueprint on how to curb vote buying within our internal elections.
Okay.
And going forward, we'll see how we can amend our constitution. But Obi Kachira will say there is a gap in our law, sir. I have some reservation because Young Criminal and Other Offences Act 29, criminalizes vote buying. Specifically, Section 239. Obi Bisa said, and no yadi regulate general election. Can it regulate party internal election? Yes. Because so defining the position of political parties when it comes to company law. When you draw conclusions, say a public institution, then we can use the Criminal and Other Offences Act to regulate it. So there is a case law superintended by the Supreme Court defining the position of political parties as a public institution.
Okay.
The doctor made an error.
He made an error there.
When he mentioned
yeah,
you saw me shaking.
he made an error there. Yeah, he made an error. So the political party, by the nature of Ejuma Ayeye, it is a public institution. Because bear in mind, Sankenya OSP in the first place cannot even have the locus to want to issue the initial statement, say he wants to do an investigation. You get my point? So there is no vacuum to fill. It is an issue of activating the relevant provision to make sure it works. So in long and short, for me, the act is condemnable. It is condemnable. We are all guilty of the same offense. But the party has taken a bold decision to make sure that going forward, in the people of Ayawasu East, the NDC, we have always been there for you. We present to you Baba Jamal. He's a non-candidate. Adebia, former MP, that was in to improve your condition and life. Baba Jamal, I can assure you, will give you 3 folds of that. Baba Jamal.
All right, and talking about discipline when it comes to John Dramani Mahama, again, I think during his era, he dealt very well with Vicky Hamadiano. So, I mean, that tells you how, the action that the man, John Dramani Mahama, will not, take any, nonsense when it comes to all some of these things and all that. Yom Heba Samian Kancho said, pain from stroke, sciatica pains, and I face stomach cramps, inflammation in the body, and I face your tissue damage. I face your muscles in your tense, that man your nerves in nano, enko yen na me pachowa, your joints, a friend say joint in ya, nanyama enko yen nano stress, and I face other emotional strain, Yom Herbal Lotion. Ewa honoma betumi aboa pa Yom Herbal Lotion American one se menuani Yom enuani edrowe strong pa etumi eboa ema oyare nyina enkanka pain na wo through tissue damage na face so your body pain inflammation nyina no etumi eboa ma bibie etumi ekoyi ema pa Yom Herbal Lotion eho ema general body massage nti mukra na asabio moya massage kra ma amanfo kra no mo betumi yusu enubi na fe etumi aboa pa Yom Herbal Lotion strong kopa de hiane se obe fabi na fe wo dia fa bibia wo ya no wo de fatwi keke fatwi sto keke bibia betumi akoyi ama Yom Herbal Lotion wo ebe bibia bi na sadrewe wo de fudi twitwi so ano ka hunu se ewra wo widie no body ni mu ankasa na solve problem no ama pa obenya bi wo pharmacy bia era first herbal shop bia Yenwa epedudu tu ni yemfre Deals Generation Enterprise on 0244 730295 0244 730295 and after so 0302 945 146 0302 945 146 Yom Herbal Lotion also for body and joint pains. Yom Herbal Lotion, life is possible. Sasa na catch us a report to say ne fix deposit no gusu anka sentino yen my person fix deposit no say 6 months and after 1 year no you betumi akọ for attractive returns, attractive profit pa yen sabe kan your investment no so when it comes to a year almost fix deposit no and into no what will craft 5,000 and beyond now person sika no e woman sika na tumi etumpon now so that bia no nyamfa so no na de ye de send de fata pa dia na ye Bayport and there's only more AD and common. And it's a penny or that I know or Bonnie. It was 0245 153283 0245 153283 and that's a 026 300 7922 026 300 7922. Now when a Bayport for Andy and Como and brings me to a minimafo na minimafo so Indian Como na fe here kwase ho yare away hospital yepe na panel no atwa. So the second one e be de Como has to do with the fate of the cocoa farmers. Minimafo bi abakore
nyame adom ordinary ho yare mo so
erade adom kakra kregu so nice Indian Como hospital we be a doctor or
nyamiadum doctor
nice yanko
me da say ma menchia wahefo ene watiefo na no pay ma me mfa nchia mo den emfa wafidie so ema opani kwankyerefo kofa baya oda medimafo eba hospital na Dr. Time da so one Mrs. Time da so afei doctors a omo medimafo eba hospital nyina enkran ni Kumase ena ka kira wono nso eba ewotakwa na me mfa mo nyina esanse anurse fo nso omo ho nso ma menchi omo na no pay ebipie mo lab technicians security obia yencha wo mesanse ebera onyame enam nadiye mu eda ne ho adi na opone na yarasa tumi ne kakra edema Dr. Tanda so no wonom na aboa ahwese obi biara obeba ho bia no betimi anya yarasa eno nti ena obi wo ha ne to ka mu ba obi anka no ho nanso no ye wa nurse fo ene won mo mbeboa wo ama watimi agye waduro na yasanso apeka ade ama wono akoba bia wo free ba yenhya wonom nyina asanso mo ebo adwuma from 2019 afi 2019 amedibofo ba hospital say a day a record nipa 300 a day ebisi sabra me na wo kasa mpacho ayarasa eguso ekoso wo medimafo ba hospital obi osio obi adi adanse a kire me obi nso sio obi de adanse odi kire me no me ntime ho ase mpacho nyiyan se obeto na mo no obepie mo medimafo ba hospital na kwasem no se ebra ayarasa wo iswa ntu ho na mo a very difficult se yebetimi de ayarasa na ba ofie se ba besa yare enye ye da biara da okay oberema no wo tresem no sa abofo no behunu nso a wo so kosa na ho yare okotom na ono ankasa ne to na mo so okotom ba no kwasem no se okobe se 38 times na se mfinhia aduasa enwotwe sansa fibia na abofo no behunu nsuo no baako enti okọ 38 times ansana na hoto no bara medimafo ba hospital se ohia ogidie na mo ohia na montu abetuo na waba medimafo ba hospital ho esanse dry de ama o medimafo ba hospital no kwasam no se ye mfiti preko pe medro so bi o se o me penchi ya me sisi me jongo esanse senka oba no me ka kire o se o sisi yare die the first castor plant anansa castor plant ni hini no aye dro the message yare a ebia otewa obeka say na baroba medimafo ba hospital e be tro say enesetie obeye ne say when na ode betum na tumi aboa na ho atumi ato sanse medimafo ye mfiti preko pe medre ye nhwemu woni paduanum bara no nkire say machine a obegina so no machine a hwe oni paduanum eno na esa yare mpacha yare safo ye nyame a osoro na nanu nyama hre wasase soma eno nti na o ka kire say memei munni aduaba na momfa haban no mfa nsa mo ho yare eno nti haban no ye de sayen ho yare no bara obekọ obi a obetia haban de ama wa mpacha ko obi a onima haban otia haban kasa na haban so tene kasa esanse se me ka kire se empo kwatenya haban na fasa ho yare ma kire no nyina but also make sure say haban bia na time ayete no enye bere bia na ekote haban enye bere bia na ekotu dua hini se de kose ho yare ebi mpo ho age so de sika to ase ena bi nso ho so ye obra yare tie eno nti ena menyene wa oni menyene pa no ni hini no aye poison but haban no aduro kese pa but na haban no yare bia na se de obesia no ebi ho a obete menyene na haban no obehata ne kakra ansa na no wanoa na wanom ebi nso a wote ya wo hata na wanoa na wanom yare bia ene kwan a obefa so na ode asa ho yare ene nti metena video na me ka kire o se nyame dua na ede se kan bo ho a ensu fita free mobile no meal booster duro kase pa obaji machinye sanso na ya fibroid duro kase pa ntimi ma menom fibroid no ya wa pacha ko ye operation de tell say wo ahoɔden wɔ nipadua ɛsoate by 40% aka 60% wo ahoɔden no ɛno nti nneɛma na wɔsɛ wɔyɛ ne kane na deɛ wɔsɛ wɔtumi pagya no mpakyɛ wɔntumi mpagya sɛsɛ bi woyɛ bɛrima nso deɛ yɛ operation ebi a wɔnya nkoya na sɛ biribi ɛwɔ hɔ nti yɛyɛ operation a wo ahoɔden no so te 40% ɛno nti ne yɛka kyerɛ sɛ woba medimafo ɛba hospital operation a yɛyɛ no sɛ yɛmfa sekan mfa nka yɛde haban ɛkɔ nipadua no ɛsan sɛ wohwɛ bible mu twerɛsɛm a wɔn mo nyine nyina wohwɛ bere mpa ɔmo yɛ ahwɛ bere a yɛwɔ Isaac na papa no wadi mfinhyia sɛ bara ɔne ɔba dai ɛma ɔba no timi anyinsan wo bara bɛma bi de 30 years 40 years pa atwa na hoɔden ɛwɔ empa so no wobon se oye adwuma kakra ne hwene mu ntutuo ayasa kaya ne engine asay to na ewa bonten na ne ho mete bramidi mafo aba hospital oba obi wo se mempe capsules no problem your powdered form yerebe ma albetimi asade e natural aphrodisiac your spices ahodo ho a natural de tie no say your near your friend say gloves no ana your friend say guinea pepper Sani oma mienu we pacha okabom na de not mark eka ho a bema the limit yewo atra wo de besa a wo be use a natural way pacha wa ho de ewo mo no wo betimi anya ho de pa me ka we ri a kire o say oya bema ebia pesa oya adwuma na dwuye na wa ho de no sanya ne back a de obeya no say cucumber and afa ginger blend ma limit ni nyina anya pepepe fasha fridge m me ne time bia na mpacha obeya adwuma ho nsa wa ya adwuma no nom a glass ba ko pe no ano obe recover ho de wa lusu ni nyina e woni padua mpacha ya natural nti wo ba medima fo ba hospital ya mu aduro chitu kama pa ye opoko asema yire kumase abu akwa atwoma agusku junction oba bi so pa wo ni awo wachina ye de awo twa ne mpo ade te no say bra medima fo ba hospital ye be ye furu no mu adwuma oba o hawo ne ho ne ye be treat you awo aduro mpacha doctor nyisika ba se treatment bi wo wase ye de ma wa na obaje osika awo aduro no mpacha anya numbi sabi di bitua bi say ya mu aduro konombi kosabi kodibi kotrebi ho nipa wa kwa de mpacha ye wan totepe odi gu anum na o mena anajo de so ne be ma ne hia mpacha mu nhia biem obesimi ye chinyefo obi ye Thomas wa obi ye Thomas o ye chinyepa oba se Dr. Tanda so e sei na mete samoka me pese menya bansa na ekabi oho bia matua na onyame a oye no kwafo na ose wo ma ne ba ni mu nwu ase no pacha eba no onam na kwa so emeba no nso betimi anya bi oha be na tete wo be ma bi wo wa se ni sisi pacha ya na kana dwe obi wo e driver ni kotodwe enu ntie se ka no kura waja atwi sansa o tie gya no so na ne kotodwe mu ewe no be da tia break so wa we ya odi akwa konya akwanhia bra mini mafo ba hospital ni amwa na yentu sa o ha na se nyina fama infections ahodo bacterial infection fungal infection entatia case o Dr. Tamda so ni so oba bi obon so nam ne aka kire se wo ho ase obi timi dwisa beka se ho ade bra mini mafo ba hospital be ma oni oba bi ahia gono ntu bon se mfisu fita bi firi oba ma no ba bra mini mafo ba hospital ni entreat you e bia beka se ma mo yare so e bra ne ade ya adwuma ntino ma mo yare so ampa cho men kase yenye ho adwuma me so yare safo ya awurade o hata soro na sade wa ma dote anka onwemfo nsem no o yare nso ma anka so da biara da frey e o numbers so person ye di nkomo wa amana ne wo Ghana ha na person ye di nkomo a o be frey on 0244 774282 0244 774282 and 0500 727215 0500 727215 but for appointment but your appointment maso e wa akra poku asamayira e your china na awotwe an appointment e be baso appointment ne 200 cedis na obetua for first timers o your first time and oba na obetua 200 cedis for registration apart from no o metua skabia apart from car about 70 Ghana cedis na bia okoya laba yenye consultation fee o medima for ba hospital and to say the appointment na person obukia offer number is 0591 202375 0591 202375 medima for Heba Hospital Dr. Time edaso yebedaso penikasi
yes say Mami we na for yen to say happy birthday to you Francis Obeng NDC constituency deputy organizer a year time Bono region happy birthday to you Francis Obeng and then a happy 70th birthday to Victoria Ofoi Manavik and the entire family happy birthday to you and then a happy birthday to Mrs. Melome of Rubin tribe in ICGC Covenant Tabo Ayokotobabi happy birthday to you and then a happy birthday to you Lance Corporal Solomon Kwating SK of Odumase Krobo Police Station happy birthday to you Lance Corporal and then a happy birthday to you Maakye Osa Mrs. Menu Bwampon CEO of Vacuia's Ceramics Makola happy birthday to you Maakye and then a happy birthday to you Kwabena Wusu Rekon Nana Rekon happy birthday to you and then a happy birthday to you Nana Efia this one is from Derek Befi happy birthday to you. And a happy birthday to you, Pastor Ampofo of Word of Testimony. Happy birthday to you. And a happy birthday to you, Regina Wusu Wuku. Happy birthday to you. And it's 9:45. My main corner feminine circles come on in come back na ye twaso.
Promotion. I feel better the adeva. Now feel better from who the road the mount. Make come for Circle Sky Mall at the amount. Say a foreign and not local foods. Organic near my pop baby. And yes, Circle Sky Mall. Circle Sky Mall. I was some Debbie Mount. Every Saturday, 19th January, 17th February. Circle Sky Mall. A promotion. Products beer one. Ya te the water swab from cra. If you provisions a bush of one cosmetics, any toiletries a bush of one. And to the other side of the Circle Sky Mall. No, I bet you would be Upebia. Loduko, never me fear de. Circle Sky Mall tea, and we are singing den cry. Circle Sky Mall, you will come and Kruma Circle. I'll see that Twin Towers down where first floor. Bura Abribia. Fresh 0240-212-510. And answer 0242-346675. Circle Sky Mall. You better fear de.
Okay, me that say, and it is 9:47. Me that was say we do a video no koswa to a Kessben TV, and I feel on DSTV channel 364 and Go TV channel 121. Within at the man Samsung for Kojo Preko Dankwah Kessben TV. Ya da man se bebre some koswa a boy na ye share de koso ne de benyina, and then on Kessben 92.9 FM, Kessben 92.9 FM. So mo eti wo hodom na Lama Estate na Mal Estate Construction. Say me kan cho say oguswa de ne package no e maw and no abeto asase bia no promotion no ekoso obema 100 pieces of blocks na fe no wo de ahye adwuma na se na mala state se men kan cho se na adwuma na oye ne de ho tie pa eno ntine ne ntem na omo embedi nkomo na fe no oni omo enkasa na meje asase ni ba omo asase no ebi o masama dodo wakasoa teacher mante dentra kotoku fanchine ko ho nyina asase ni bi ewo ho no metie ne ntem na woni na Mal Estate and Construction Limited for endi nkomo no mebo pa office no ewo air amasama obey forest honom na omo ewo 020 5051525 020 5051525 and after 0598 65 39999 0598 6539999 now na Mal Estate and Construction for ND and Common Cornelius ma no shase emfa cocoa for you hu be 5 minutes na fe yem fancy on the matters of cocoa there no ma mentio e wo so yes sir
me kokasa unu yi se adentina me bo government na chi
Kessben 92.9.
It's me mbo machi.
Menya sure so ka so government na chi o.
Into the bomb is mama.
Wait. You see that impression I don't want people to pay because you see one person looking like yeah there na Ghana for kasa. We gag them from speaking.
Okay.
Metna ha mankind tira wo say don't talk. Please.
Eja so man kasa ye kura we no kasa ye be frɛ me sɛ membra na meyi me ho ano.
Obi am frɛ o.
Enti wo de sisi ade ya te ase na mom oni atu talk about the cocoa. Asɛm no. Eye asɛm a me trans na me dwen ho a me na be ma me nte ase.
Wo be da ase.
Tell me, you see, behind you. You see, Onia, I don't know what I have is Onia. Kase, what about Cocoa? Tiameka. After the stage is a concerted committee, you ain't make us a me entry. Now, we dear committee Benny, and some community. Akoboka, certain allowance, no comedy. Cocoa, and a wohui. What cocoto? November, December, January, February. Muntu yae. Anya no say bia onia ayi na mekoto ye usikani enteje. Ana say bia munya to boase ni eniska. Committee be na wo sade we say. Then they set a whole member committee to deliberate this issue. Because you see, I'm a promise here, you pamuchao, you nisika. But you see, Adebakwa a year very, very badness only maybe. I want Yankasa, Yankasa, your neighbor, Cote d'Ivoire. About 40% of the population, cocoa, and Amomajuma, or more. 40%. What I say? And about 60% of their global, receipt, is from cocoa. So we should ask ourselves, then what different thing are they doing? Are there strategies and put in place? Economy in so far as cocoa is concerned, booming.
Okay.
Now only a man call a year can say NDC manifesto. Omo kasa adia omo ka che Ghana for. Enye na make am.
Yeah.
One, or say reintroduce free fertilizer distribution.
Which has been done? Which has been done?
Oh, money we 5 babies is here, about 10 is here.
Don't worry.
Ama omonya bi no mo so omonya bi. Ama omonya bi so omonya bi. Ani antisa. Ani antisa. Ah, et ma me reading na say omonya bi no omo so omonya bi. Omo so omonya party ma. Omo to omo ye kokofu. Omonya bi so nim. Antonia so bia na me kan you. Wo be say na be kire. Misro, wo de ma me nkasa. Wo de kire. Reintroduce free fertilizer distribution, improve seedlings and agro input of cocoa farmers to increase yield. That is one. 2, initiate a youth in cocoa farming project through comprehensive support system, including facilitating partnership with cocoa farmers, farmers owners to review and optimize abandoned cocoa farm. Cocoa farm aye abandoning nyina onia galamsey fafa. Omba ye galamsey afa dada.
Okay.
Yanko 5 minutes in person in the fast.
Quick one afa.
Now, or say promote cocoa welfare and support by 1. Reintroducing cocoa price stabilization fund to protect cocoa farmers. Emuti puntu ya. Mo manifesto nyame na make mo manifesto. 2, or say restore payment of bonuses to motivate cocoa farmers. Bonus just say ye be pia mo ka na ye request some bonus e kana kata kwa muti puntu am bonus.
Okay.
Oh, onia say endu ya na
edu.
Akatu minutes. Oh, what am 2 seconds. 1, building new and equipping existing health facilities in cocoa growing districts to provide health care. Bako.
Almost 4 years.
Onia. Agrobeswa.
I am almost saying
na anopana kata criticize. Anopa you grind to go e kakra dem come to puntu ya. No besi ayi edamai. Erikopoko ka say or the cocoa ayifo nyina better health care so. Cocoa farmer and yere on better health care is cocoa hospital free. Onia anusa ko say. Me busa
me nim de ba de beba me sure me gidi
onuya and the end is omo ye cafe and ye
nyini gidi say beba
and ye gidi akoko fe se mu gidi say ye twa mo kakra na mo be ko hospital free.
I mean see me nia beba na fe onuya Ayaban Fire and Jeffrey, I mean to quick on this one of Jeffrey Fire.
Yes. I am boy on Kai, the passer coincidentally, no, and upon we are crop institute.
Yes, yeah.
Omobo near my so I say yours. Now, cocoa, they say cocoa is a critical crop.
Okay.
I saw a sunny a check. Say good need the Okona tour. Now, assassinate day. Good nephew. Cocoa, the Giannis, you are within a year. I feel not just say a boy. And the young fire green fowl, a creative employment. My Jumaye and Obaconia, my highest is here. The Bimuni said, then Cocoa Road are dear way. You move my Canada, I say, Muyisa Cocoa Road in feel.
Okay.
You Basay Road over Ghana, there's a ministry in charge of roads. Some ministry on your road, and Hatabi, Bia Cocoa Road, no. corruption. It promotes corruption. We know it. Who gets the contracts? Let's not play the ostrich role there.
Okay.
The next one, jute sacks. But on cano. Yakoto bibri abego pudu say boom. Me nana airton bidie crap one go to we say jute sack and be go with the assumption say in 5 years time obenya bidie bibri aton. Na de ye de eco school no do na and ye be bokro no.
Okay.
Okay. The way forward. Here, let's have a comprehensive report on the cocoa industry.
Okay.
Omuma enje you say kasi ne wo sa totu nsem no MYN yemfa homa ba ku say pum na enkyere e kai wo ho prospects say akwanya wo ho mayen if sa kwakata na meto for 5 years. Yako enim nso no.
Yeah.
Yema payment no ye ne kuafo international.
Okay.
No kura ne mpie yebetimi tua mu sei ye ne kan eso ye boa eno so mbrem se yebetimi enso muma break akra so eno so mbrem na ni tua no ne ntem ene hia koko akuafo no so bi mu a omko gipesia no mrido sa koko enti eno so ehia yemfa odo ene no kura ene enye yemfa road map no so mbra ye improve communication we talking with them ba onim. Let's consider how we can add other things to incentivize and encourage them. I'm a benefactor. Secondary school, Cocoa scholarship, I'm the coin. Until mekama obisu owo mechiri. Medi bini di obisu.
May I say, Onya, for you, over just 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
It is clear, since I buy Cocoa roads has been taken from Cocoa board.
Okay.
Now, Cocoa board is no more undertaking any road construction.
Okay.
Sharp. Okay.
Oh, about your opinion. Before they would think we have thought. So it has been cancelled. Because let me tell you, the entire Cocoa Road project cost 26 billion since the inception. 2019, 2020, 2021. They awarded out of the 26 since its inception 21 billion under NPP just for 3 years. Just for 3 years, without budgetary allocation. So it is true. And a government that thinks about cocoa people, we have cancelled it. 2, we are establishing free primary health care. Said unless he doesn't know, he's only reading the manifesto. But in refuse, we have established free primary health care. Cocoa equafobia benefits. Mahama Care to take care of chronic diseases has been established. On the 10th of February, the Parliament of Ghana has approved 9.2 billion into national health insurance, which cocoa farmers are beneficiaries.
Okay.
This cocoa free fertilizer has been reinstated. NDC 4 and the fertilizer number 1 are they not Ghanaians? That is 1. 2. Momo time, your own MPP people, you came and cancelled free fertilizer. So even your own people, they were buying fertilizer. That was how wicked the MPP were. Because before Mahama left, we had established free fertilizer distribution. Mukle Misa na Chema party for you came to cancel. So even your party people were buying. You find post and they are reinstating. So say a Chema even 1 million NDC for I don't know Ghanaians. They are Ghanaians. But it should be established that we have reinstated it. Minuka say siblings, we have reinstated it. But the long and short is that let me tell you.
Quick one.
And now Minuka say the over 30 years syndicated loaner Emribiaye editor cocoa. In the year 2023-2024, it was cancelled. Timinoka say syndication and outright money available. I editor cocoa. We no more have syndication.
Okay.
It's in the CMCs. Cocoa marketing company bam.
I'm on the
So in the absence of the money, what then happens? 2, Minuka say, yen cocoa price.
All right.
Around $4,500. International market, agina $2,600 and something. What it means is that the price of Ghana is even far outweighs the international market price.
All right.
And now people are finding it difficult to come and buy ours.
All right.
And the prices are set by a committee, which includes the farmers.
Yeah.
And to say a committee, no better than say.
Okay.
To do a revision, it cannot be reviewed.
All right.
The entire NDC wants to find an alternative source of funding our cocoa sector at the time where syndication is no more. So what we want to do is that we are going to put a legislation. We are going to amend the existing law. And put it an alternative so that going forward,
all right,
these issues will not become Let me end here. All what I want Ghanaians to know, sir.
Yes.
Abayo Ogino, any Abayo. Assemble.
Okay.
All
right. Said you better find any solution beyond and now Baya Obaka say assemble. Obi adi na agini ya.
But I am say Bianca January asem.
Yeah, Rebecca wants to yes.
Let me say January. And then Omulanchi BB about the informal sector. I'll be very disappointed if they don't take advantage of the platform. Leadership. Because informal tax area, bad one.
Okay, all right. I
just say happy birthday to my son.
Oh, okay.
Nana Opoku Asare.
Nana Opoku Asare
in the US.
Okay.
Nana Opoku, so what mean? Yes.
Okay.
What is 16 years?
16 years.
Yes. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy yourself in Florida.
All right. I'm not sure that we don't want to see him pond. Ain't you know? Medal corner fair. Sports team will take over from now to 2 p.m. Now for 2 p.m. already, I can so the Nidia Bro, Revenant for, and then we're gonna have